Okay, howdy, howdy. This is something I'm testing doing, which will just be me, chatting with you all. Basically on the daily, just about life. Because I want to just try to see how that goes. Might try some stupid stuff there too. Random background footage of a game I'm playing, and not much else. Basically just life updates. To try to not really do anything, just to journal and document my days so that there's proof I existed. You know, I I want I want there to be proof I was here and existed as a person. And I guess I feel like if I basically archive who I am over time, I will be preserved, if that makes sense. I don't want to be I don't want to go silently into the night, if that makes sense. I guess that's an easier way to put it. Is I want to be able to be. I want after I'm gone, I want someone to be able to look at me and say, "This is the story of their life." Right? I don't want. I don't want to just be an addendum. Because there's so many people throughout the ages of everything that just are completely forgotten. We will never know who Bill was in 1876, who got killed by the, you know, whatever powers it be, right? And I don't want to be, I want to be known come 100 years. Well, maybe not 100 years, but you know what I mean. I want there to be proof I existed. I don't want to be simply unprovable, right? Because there's so many people I know where there's no real definitive proof that they existed, right? So many of us, we could as just as well not exist as much as we do exist. And I want to have undeniable proof that I am real forever. And this is, I guess, my way of proving to myself that I do exist and that I am real. And that I'm a person. And that I have been and will be. It's not that I'm like, you know, something not real. It's to prove to me and other people that I am real, you know? It I'm worried about not being, if that makes sense. I want to be able to prove that I was and not be able to be proved that I wasn't. I get it's irrational. It makes no sense, but who cares if it makes sense? I just want archival. I want to be archived, rather. I don't want to be lost to time like all things are, well, eventually. I want to be infinite and everlasting. Never to go silently into the night, you know? Because streams and stuff, those are temporary. The actions of me playing video games, that's just a glimpse into the picture of my life, you know? The stuff that I post is just glimpses. I want to document who I was. For no reason other than to say I was here, I lived. You know? Like, I don't want to be forgotten by history, by time. I want someone in 10, 20 years to be able to find this, find me, and know I was here. The next ones will be shorter. I'm just yapping because I oddly am talkative right now because I'm existential. I'm a very existential mood right now. I'll probably just talk about what I'm interested in, little life updates, right? Summer's started, right? That's nice, right? Like I don't have to do school anymore. I'm thinking about getting a. I know I am going to be getting a job soon, but then I'm going to be taking a week-long trip to Finland, which will be fun. And the updates will obviously stop then, though I will give a post-action report, and I'll have some audio made during the trip. You know, documentation, pictures, etc. I won't. Just because I'm leaving a country for a week doesn't mean I'm gone, you know? I'm still gonna have been. But yeah, no. I've had family from out of state come into town recently. They're chilling today. Um, I met again with my med providers today. Um, Recently some bad things have happened to one of my friends, and that did definitely hit me a little bit in the mind. Made me, I've forgotten that such things can happen to other people than just me, and it made me definitely wake up to it a little bit more than I was. Because I had, ever since everything, I had thought, hey, you know, these kinds of things, it's me. It's only I that'll bear the burden. But no, no, it's not. It's the thing. And thinking like that, definitely it's been shattered recently. And I will say it isn't all bad. It's definitely a reality check, I'd say. It feels, it makes me stop. It's made me stop getting so caught up in the past. That's been what I've been doing, right? But it makes me remember that the past can still happen. Because I've been treating it like it's the past. It's never going to happen, right? It's gone and done for, right? But it's not. And I don't I don't recognize it as done for. I don't recognize it as not done for. I don't recognize it as possible again, you know? I always see it as it's happened, it's the past. The past is the past and the past will never happen again because it's in the past, right? But it's really made me realize that the past isn't, you know, it can happen again. History can repeat. And I hate that it does. It's it's a terrible thing that it can. That horrid things in life can not be, I guess, a one-time occurrence. It's a scary idea. It just makes me hope that the saying "lightning never strikes twice" is true. Because it definitely does scare me that those things could happen again to me, right? If they can happen to my friend, someone I'm close to, right? Someone who's helped me through a lot, can that happen to me? You know, like, can that come back and happen to me 5 years from now, 2 years from now? You know, and I don't like that thought. I That thought scares me. I don't want to live through that again. You know, I'm not gonna go into details because it's YouTube, but you know, I don't think anyone deserves to. Well, I don't. I think most people don't deserve to live through bad things. Most people in the world, I think everyone deserves to be happy at some point in their life, and I believe they shouldn't be. I don't think bad things should happen to everybody simply because they're alive. I feel like everyone should be happy, and it definitely wakes me up when people don't. So many people I know don't, and they don't deserve that, you know? I don't know why I did that, honestly. But yeah, no, yeah, also the gameplay is not like pre-recorded footage. This is live gameplay while I'm just talking about stuff that comes to mind. Ultra Kill is the game that I chose to play because it's easy for me to just play while mindlessly yapping. Well, not mindlessly. Like, I'm able to play the game mindlessly without, you know, thinking about it. It's it lets me think and not. The game puts me in a normally very a thought bringing state, but when I'm playing these low difficulties, not even trying to get P ranks and stuff, just playing the levels, I can just kind of like think, you know? I don't. I feel bad. Um, how do I go through? I don't remember how to do this, but anyway, um, yeah, it's just been like it's been getting stuck with me. The idea that how do I know that I was here? I lived, you know? I was here, I lived, I was, right? I I I I, I want to be able to go back to me, right? Other people know I've been here. Other people know what I've been like, right? But I will never know who I was. To me, that person who I was will be gone. And I want to be able to see me. I want me to see who I was, what I did. Because my memory through all of life has been horrid, right? I can't remember much at all. Like, I can't talk about my childhood stories, right? Because they're always ever told to me. I don't remember anything, right? I can't distinctly remember my life before now, right? And I want to be able to go to, you know, I want to be able to look back and say, this is who I was, you know? At some point, I'm going to be different. And that definitely makes me nervous, right? 1 second. It makes me nervous, but I feel that overall, right? I want to be able to prove to myself who I was. I want to see the change in who I am, whether it be good or bad, you know? I want to not lose myself again. Because I will say that the person I once was, that I was through, the first act of my life, right, is gone, right? I can't, I don't know anything about them. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that I know nothing about who that person was. I want to know who they were, right? Who I was, who inhabited our mind, right? So this is like, I guess, a diary that I'm going to be keeping up with semi frequently, just for the point of, you know, being known. I've lived, you know? I was here. I lived. I loved. And I died. Every minute, a version of me dies, you know? The person I was 1 minute ago is dead. Gone. Will never be seen again, right? And it's for me, the person I am right now, to be able to remember who that was. Remember what I said, remember what I did. Because otherwise I won't. And I don't want to forget. Right? I want to be able to look. Yeah, I'm looping in circles because of the whole forgetting thing. But no, I want to be able to look back and say, this was me. I was this person. I was Eiley. I lived. I loved. I died. You know? It's just a sense of comfort, you know? As everything about me changes, it all changes, you know? I want to be able to know that I am me still. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm gonna end it here. But no, that's just what I've done. My thoughts. My thoughts. My thoughts. The first day of my thoughts. The rest of them aren't gonna be this long. Sorry for that. Anyways, bye bye.